right. Coming to you live from the big city of Atlanta, Georgia. It's the best of Georgia high school basketball on the Play On Sport Network. Dave the Cross along with Vidal Masai. And it's the Region 6 5A playoffs. It's the Tucker Tigers and the Arabian Mountain Rams. And wow, I'm expecting a really well-played game tonight. The Arabian Mountain Rams come in with a record of 12-12 with a 6-8 region record, while the Tucker Tigers finished in second place in their division with a much better 16-7 record. Vidal, what are you expecting today?
Well, it's February now, and you're getting almost. So it's a very exciting time of the year for college and high school basketball teams, and I'm looking for Tucker to be a bit better than they were last contest, and I'm looking for Arabian Mountain to put up a better fight. The first time they met, Tucker won pretty handily, but now teams are fighting for seeding and for playoff positioning, so hopefully we'll get a much tougher game, and it should be exciting.
All right, the Rams are led by Bakari Copeland. He's a senior swing guard. He averages almost 24 points a game, the number 15 shirt.
Cool, okay, well, that should be a good matchup. You've got, him averaging 20-plus points for Arabian Mountain. You got 24, Devontae Fitzgerald, same size, same height, who's averaging 20-plus as well. So hopefully that's a good matchup tonight.
All right, as they announce the starting lineup, we'll set the starting lineups for the Tigers. Devontae Reynolds will get the start. John Dunmeyer along with Devontae Fitzgerald. Then it's Jabari Phillips and Jabari Craig. Brandon Jones, Brian Woods, Bakari Copeland. These are some of the top players for Arabian Mountain. Last time the Tigers played him, it was,
it was pretty lopsided, 72-54. You never want to see, a game like that heading into the playoffs. You want to see teams get better. You want to see teams compete. And it only serves them well heading into the playoffs. So hopefully tonight's a bit tighter. And it's a hard-fought game on both sides.
All right, on a high school level, how do these high schoolers deal with it? You blew a team out the first time you played them. Now you're in a playoff. As a coach, what would you tell your team which had the victory in the first meeting?
If I'm Coach Archery, and I'm Tucker, I'm going to hammer home that we've got to continuously, take care of our business. It's game by game. We're heading into the playoffs where it is game by game. If you lose, you go home. So, regardless of what happened in the first matchup, in the previous matchup, you've got to treat this like, your championship game. And every game's got to be do or die, and start taking on that mindset going into the playoffs.
All right, it's a jump ball at center court. That's Jabari Phillips. And the Tigers win the tap. This is Devontae Reynolds. Looks like they're starting off in a straight man-to-man defense. And Tucker looks like they're running a set to start off this game.
Yeah, Tucker's showing a lot of patience. They're running their offense, which I like to see. I think part of what they struggled with early in the season was controlling the pace of the game, and at times playing too fast and playing into the other team's hands. So
that was a lazy pass from Khalil Asing, and Morris Bigelow made him pay with the steal and the deuce. Fitzgerald from the wing now. Nice move into the lane, but it's unable to finish. Reynolds with that loose ball. Fitzgerald now going baseline again. Right away, his first two opportunities, he's gone inside. And Arabian Mountain looks to run. Curtis Wilson is the point guard, the number 3 shirt. That was number 15, Bakari Copeland, their leading scorer. And this is Brian Woods. Woods now off the dribble.
Yeah, Mays looks Arabian Mountain looks very patient here. Looks like they know what they want to go to. They're going to work some clock and really run their offense.
Here's the leading scorer with a three-point attempt. It's no good. That was Copeland with the miss. And Tucker with the push. Here's Dunbar, slice to the left. John Dunbar, rolls off the front of the rim. And here comes Arabian Mountain. Nice move, nice finish with the left hand that time.
Good finish. Tucker has to do a better job of getting back and having some defensive balance. That's the second layup they've given up. You do want to establish yourself that there's going to be no easy baskets.
And they go inside to the big fella, and Craig scores the deuce. Nice post. He got deep post and turn around. A nice little finish there at the time.
I would say Jabari right now over the past month is probably playing his best basketball. I think a lot of it has to do with Coach Hartree, telling the team that, we're going to make a concentrated effort to get the ball inside. And he's accepted that. He's getting better position. He's fighting earlier, and those are the results.
Wilson with an ill-advised pass, and he throws it out of bounds. And another, spoken about ill-advised, that was a forced shot that time by Reynolds, and it got rejected. Wilson, round aside. That shot got altered that time.
Good contest, but again, if Reynolds is going to drive and penetrate deep, Tucker has to do a better job of having some balance defensively and making sure someone's back to stop the ball.
Seems like one of their game plans is to keep the ball out of Reynolds' hand. They face guarded him. This is Dunbar bringing the ball up. It's 4-2 lead. Arabian Mountain on top. Speaking of, it's a lot of forced shots that time. Acing, that's his second forced shot. Do you think he's an inexperienced player, especially in a playoff game, and he's forced a couple of shots? The other one led to the turnover, that run out scored by Wilson.
Yeah, Tucker doesn't look to have any type of flow or rhythm to their offense, and good shot there by Craig. They've got to kind of get on the same page at this point. It's still early. They're not getting back on defense, and offensively don't seem to have a clue as to what they really want to do at this point.
Philip Reeves called for that foul, and you saw Khalil Acing going to the board. That's the kind of thing Coach Hartree likes from him. A lot of the dirty work, the scrap and play, the offensive rebound, hitting the boards, hitting the floor. But he really has to focus. He has one turnover already and almost another one.
Yeah, he's a hustle player. He does all the dirty work for Tucker. Cleans up the glass, gets his hands on a lot of loose balls. But he's got to also be safe and not turn the ball over in the half court.
All right, the second missed layup for John Dunbar. And on the other end, Arabian Mountain unable to convert. It's Wilson at the hole, but he's got fouled. Check that. It's number 12, Brian Woods, and he'll shoot 2 shots. Interesting thing about John Dunbar. John Dunbar has a little torn tendon in his finger, and he's missed the last couple layups. Do you think that may have an effect on that?
I can't say with any certainty, but nagging injuries are nagging injuries, and when you have whether it be an index finger, a thumb, or a big toe, those type of things, especially early in the game, there could be a feeling up process where you have to make some adjustments. So hopefully he finds his touch and starts to convert some of these layups, because when they do miss 2 scoops, the problem is they're not getting back on defense. Arabian Mountain scored 2 layups in transition, and now they're at the foul line. Tucker has to get back and stop the basketball.
Well, it's a 4-2 game. The Rams on top of the Tigers. With 4:58 to go in the first quarter. At the line, shooting 2 shots will be Brian Woods. That foul, Tucker foul, was picked up by Devontae Reynolds, the starting point guard. Unsuccessful in his first attempt. He'll get another shot. That one's good, and look, they're face guarding him again. You got Wilson guarding Reynolds.
Yeah, so they're definitely making a point to get the ball out of Reynolds' hands and have John handle the ball a bit more, just to kind of, disrupt their offense and have guys maybe step outside their comfort zone a little bit.
Let's say that shot was forced a little bit. What do you think of the jump shot by the point guard Reynolds from that deep at 3-point range?
It's a wide open 3. His feet are set. I think as a point guard, that's a shot you have to knock down to keep the defense keep the defense honest. But Tucker just doesn't seem to have any kind of flow here, on offense. They're missing a lot of easy layups. It doesn't look like they're quite sure as to where they want to go with the ball.
That was Reynolds with the miss on the baseline move that time. And here's Arabian Mountain. So far, it looks like Arabian Mountain's game plan is working. Last time was a blowout game. This time, they're on top.
It is, and it seems to me what they want to do is get the ball out of the point guard's hands and really dictate tempo defensively and slow Tucker down. And then, in transition, really attack and try to get easy baskets, whether it be at the foul line or with layups. And Tucker has to do a better job, I think, right now in dictating tempo. If they want to play fast and make this a more athletic game, they have the size and athletes to do it.
That was Asing called for that foul. Bakari this time. Oh, what a sky for a rebound.
Good rebound by Fitzgerald.
He's so long, that length. Now he's open on transition. See, in the beginning of the season, he would have pulled up with a three. Yeah. Now he's taking it in like he just did for that easy deuce right there, and he's cut it to a 5-4 deficit.
That's very true, and I think that's played very well for Tucker. He's not settling for jump shots at 6'6", 6'7", with good length and strong legs. He's making a point to get to the basket, and try to get guys in foul trouble.
John Dunbar called for that foul, and Bakari Copeland, the leading scorer for the Rams, will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. It's Dunbar's first personal and the third team foul of this quarter. He's good on that first attempt. Copeland, he's 6'6", he's a senior.
He's got good size.
Good size. We don't know if he can shoot it yet, but if he's scoring 24 points a game, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I mean his mechanics, his follow through at the foul line all look pretty good.
It's a 7-4 lead. The Rams on top. Tigers running. They're fronting Craig in the post. I see that they're fronting him more so than playing behind him.
Yeah, they got to continue to look to get Craig the ball. He's gotten 1 touchdown low so far. He scored. Number 42 is doing a good job of fronting him. But what they could do is maybe go some high-low action. Maybe go some high-low action and try to get the ball over the top to Jabari, and see what happens there.
All right, Fitzgerald fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2 shots. 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A low-scoring quarter, and kind of not the start Coach Hartree would like for his high-scoring, high-flying team.
Yeah, I think if I'm Tucker here, maybe I try to switch up the defenses, press a little bit, pick the tempo up, and try to gain some rhythm in transition.
He's 1 out of 2 is Fitzgerald on his foul attempts, and it's now a 7-5 lead for Arabian Mountain over the Tucker Tigers. There's Bakari, nice feed that time. Well, he shows me he will give it up. Craig with a loose ball inside there. And a pass a little too heavy that time. What do you think about that play?
Did a much better job of not putting the ball over his head. He chinned it. But you got to make a better outlet pass, and the guard, you got to start to extend yourself up the court.
Yes, give a little more room that time. Nice rebound this time. And look at Craig run the floor. Oh, boy. And acing again. And that secondary break. Here's Dunbar down the lane. Dunbar to the hole. John Dunbar with a nice move that time.
I think it's what
There's
Tucker,
Copeland from the wing.
This is good
Corner
for Tucker.
three.
Tucker's got to, force the pace here and really dictate tempo. Get this game going up and down a little bit.
That was Wilson with a no good on that three. But here's who's good on that three this time. Nice stroke that time as the three-pointer is good. There's a timeout on the floor with the Tucker Tigers trailing 9-7 over the Arabian Mountain Rams. It's the Play On Sports Network presentation of Georgia High School basketball. It's the region's 5A playoffs. Dave DeCosta along with Vidal Messiah. And so far, not what I expected. Low-scoring affair.
Low-scoring affair. I think these plays right into the hands of Arabian Mountain. Keeping Tucker, really not where they want to be. Tucker wants to score. At times, Tucker's best defense is their offense. So they've got to force tempo here and pick the pace up of the game.
Speaking of forcing tempo, look who's extended to a full court press. Arabian Mountain has. It's like a 2-2-1 full court press. And one of the things I like to do is throw over this press, which is exactly what the Tigers just did. Dunbar off the dribble. Dunbar pulls up. Nice stroke.
Big shot.
He's starting to find a range, and he's tied the game up. With a minute 58 to go, they're back to that 2-2-1 full court press.
Tucker here has to look to go over the top. They're trying to dribble out of these traps. What they should be trying to do is they've got the size advantage. They've got two of the bigger guys on the court who are big outlets and big targets. Use those guys as press releasers and try to attack with the pass.
There's Dunbar. Look like they've come out of it. Dunbar straight down the lane. Dunbar, nice feed. Not a good sequence that time for Jabari Craig that time. He fumbled it a couple times, dropped it like he already made up his mind what he wanted to do before he even caught that ball.
Yeah, Craig needs to get his hands ready, his hands set. If the guys are going to pass him the ball, he's got to be ready to catch it and finish.
This is Wilson being guarded by, now here's Copeland, the leading scorer for him. John Dunbar with some good defense. Loose ball on the ground. And the Rams got possession. Brandon Jones is the 20 shirt. Now back to Copeland. Now Wilson again. Dunbar with the pressure for the Tigers. That's a nice play they've run for that Copeland kid. Comes into the lane right there, the foul line. Nice little short jump shot. He's unsuccessful. But I just love the way. Jabari Craig with the flush, and he's fouled. Indiac, he'll shoot one.
There he goes. Jabari, when he wants to be forceful and aggressive towards the basket, at that size, as strong and athletic as he is, no one can stop him, but he's got to catch the ball first. I think at times the game may be going a bit too fast for him, and he's thinking one play ahead. When he takes his time and does it step by step, that's the result.
And now the Tigers have tied it back up with 12-12 with about 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I love the way the big man ran the floor, though.
Yeah, he continues to run the floor very well. I think the next step for him is to run the floor and actually get deep position.
Fitzgerald on a break, he's able to score that. Now, do you think Reynolds gave him the ball a little too early?
A little too early, but again, Tucker's best in transition. They're best by forcing tempo and playing fast. They've got to find a way to continue to do that.
An offensive foul has been called against Arabian Mountain. It fouls on Jalon McMillan, his first personal, and it's the 15th foul against Arabian Mountain. He leveled Reynolds that time.
Yeah, he did.
They've gone away from that 2-2-1 full court press. And then straight up man-to-man. Dunbar. Now Reynolds. What are the Tigers trying to do here?
Not that.
There's acing again. I love that about Khalil Acing. But he's unaware of the time on the clock, and it runs out on that time. Should have went straight back up with that one once he got that offensive glass.
Again, there, I think heading into the playoffs, as Tucker gets better and ready to make a run into the playoffs, those are the things that Coach Hartman wants to see some improvement on. Those are the areas. End of the quarter, you want to finish up strong, get a quality shot. They looked a bit confused, not sure what they're getting into. Those are the things that are going to determine wins or losses going into the playoffs. Key possessions, at key points of the game. It's a 14-12 lead. You get an additional shot or score or basket going into the end of the quarter. Instead of being up 2, maybe you're up 4 or 5. Those things add up at the end of quarters.
All right, the Tigers seem to have righted their ship. Their ship at least have regained the lead. Let's see if they're able to impose their will on this Arabian Mountain Rams team. Coach Hartman's not gone to his bench yet. He played a whole quarter. There's been no substitution.
Yeah, and you know what? I think, again, late in the season, you want to shorten your bench a bit. I think the guys that are going to help them out in the playoffs have gotten ample time throughout the season and need to be ready when the number's called. But you do want to make sure at this point, your starters are getting a lot of minutes. They're maintaining their rhythm, and they're ready for hard-fought games.
All right, Asing comes out, and Shambari Phillips comes in. And there goes Copeland down the lane. That was a nice little floater. Now, Shambari Phillips comes in for Asing. What do you get with Phillips, and what do you lose?
Phillips should get a bit more size. He's probably a better shooter. He's athletic. He can really slash and attack. And he's high energy. What you don't get is as much rebounding as you would with Khalil. But, it's a give and take. I think with Shambari, there's a bit more offense. With Khalil, there's a bit more defense.
Well, he made a nice strong move to the hole that time, unsuccessful. Looked like someone got a piece of that one. But 7:18 to go. Tigers are tied with Arabian Mountain 14-14. Off the wing now is Fitzgerald. They're not respecting that jump shot, so he's going to take a long one, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, he can knock that down. I really like that possession from him. He took his time. He got into his triple threat series. He's looking to attack the basket first and foremost, but if not, he's more than capable of knocking down that shot as he just did.
One thing leads to the another. The first couple touches, he went right to the hole. So they were backed off him a little bit, and this time, because they backed off, he was able to knock down that three. Yeah,
you got to respect his driving ability. You've got to respect, I'm sure everyone in this region, if not the state, knows he's a very, very capable three-point shooter. So he's a tough cover.
Let's see. It's 17-14. The Tigers on top with 6:40 to go here in the first half. Phillips now bring the ball up. Phillips down the hole. Phillips to the, and he's stripped away, but it's a foul call that time. Well, what do you like about that? Because he went straight down the hole.
Again, he's a big body, a very good athlete at his age and at his size. He's got strong legs, and he's very good at attacking north-south. He doesn't go east-west a whole lot. He puts his head down, he gets to the basket, and this is great for Tucker to get to the foul line, probably set up their press or get into their press, and again force the tempo of the game.
Phillips good on his first attempt, and the Tigers have extended to a 4-point lead. If you're Arabian Mountain, is this a key junction? Can this ball game get away from you right here in this second quarter?
I think for the most part they've done a great job of controlling tempo. As long as they do that, they're going to be in this game. If Tucker turns it into an up and down game, I think they have the bigger, better athletes.
That was Morris Bigelow in the new point guard. He's number 5 shirt. Man with the ball now is number 12, Brian Woods. Here's Bigelow being guarded by Reynolds. And nice defense that time by Reynolds. Safari Phillips fell asleep a little bit on his man. Oh, a little push off that time. And right there, he took it right at him. What would you want Jabari Craig to do in that situation? He just picked up a foul.
That's an area of the game Craig really struggles with is at 6'10", Coach Hartry's showing him now, he needs to, understand that guys are going to have a tough time finishing over him. He tries to make plays down low at waist level, with his hands. He's not going to get the call and he'll find himself on the bench with foul trouble. So he's got to do a better job, and get rid of that bad habit.
Woods good on that first attempt. He gets a second, and he front rims that one. He's got a lane violation call against Arabian Mountain, and the Tigers will inbound. 5:57 to go, 18-15 here in the second quarter. Tigers on top. Dunbar off the dribble. Phillips stepped on the baseline that time. Looked like he wasn't ready for that pass.
Yeah, I know what I would like to see. Jabari's done a great job of fighting for position. I like to see an entry pass into the wing and have that wing player try to enter to the post. He's fighting for position, but there's not really an effort at this point in the game to get him the ball.
When a defender overplays like that, all of has been taught to go back door.
Absolutely, yep.
Ball last touched by the Tigers. It will be inbounds from Arabian Mountain on their own basket. Woods. Copeland left open. Ball remains with Arabian Mountain. That three-pointer, and Copeland, like he's a little off rhythm today. He hasn't made a three-point attempt yet. Here he is now. Now Bigelow. Bigelow. Look like it's a high screen from Reeves. Screen and roll from Reeves, but Reeves in a roll to the hole. And here comes Copeland. Copeland in the lane. And there goes Craig again, out to beat him. And there's another foul on Fitzgerald this time. Fitzgerald called for the foul. Bucket good by Philip Reeves. And now, with a chance to tie the game up, is Reeves at the line to complete the conventional three-point play.
Yeah, Arabian Mountain's really doing a great job of running their stuff on offense, being patient, and forcing Tucker to really defend.
Now that time, Phillips got bailed out that time, because one of the things you should never do is dribble the ball in traffic, especially a rebound. That cost an outlet pass right then and there. He had about 3 green shirts around him that time, but somebody fouled him. And it's a bonus situation, as that's the 8th team foul for Arabian Mountain. The Tigers will be shooting 1-on-1, 1-and-1 for the rest of this period.
Yeah, you know what? As long as Arabian Mountain continues to work their offense and work the ball, Tucker doesn't have the discipline or patience to defend for 35, 40 seconds. They want to get a steal, they want to take a gamble and get out and try to run. So if they're able to, maintain control of the tempo at this point, they'll be in this game.
Phillips able to knock down both free throws, and the Tigers are back on top by 3 points. Here's Bigelow. Oh, nice defense that time. Conrad Williams in the game, but Phillips right down the hole. Shot is up, and it's a blocking foul. And a little lame was Shambari Phillips, comes up limping a little bit that time.
Yeah, it looks like he may have maybe bumped knees or banged knees, and looks to be walking it off, and hopefully he's okay.
Now 21 for Tucker. Conrad Williams to check in the game. It seemed like he was ahead of the play that time for the fast break, but Phillips, the better scorer, chose to keep it.
Yeah, Shambari probably could have, threaded the needle and made that pass. It would have been a tough pass to complete, but he's good at slashing. He gets the basket, quite often. This is his 3rd trip to the foul line, and not a bad decision to keep it for yourself.
Well, he made such a fantastic play defensively, creating a turnover. But I just love how some of these Tigers can run this floor.
Yeah.
And if they commit to this fast break, there's a lot of easy buckets to be had.
Yeah, when Tucker's running in transition and getting out on the break, they're a tough team to stop because they got athletes.
It's Copeland with the curl. And they've seen the run that play a couple times. They got Copeland curling off the elbow into the lane. This time it feels like Coach Harsh is appealing for the. It looked like it went off Copeland, but they've given it to Arabian Mountain. Tucker, like they're unable to separate from the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are showing a lot of patience,
And that time, Copeland traveled.
Copeland traveling again, but the patience they're showing on offense, they're making 4, 5, 6, 7 passes per possession. Tucker wants to get the ball in like they're doing now. Tucker wants to get it and go.
Conrad Williams doing his best impression of Nick Center with the tap out. And you got to love some of these guys. And it's going to be an offensive foul called. Let's see who's going to call it on.
Yeah, that's not a good call by the referee. That's off the ball. Jabbar made a swim move to get over the defender. I'm not sure you want to call that in this kind of game if I'm the referee.
More important, that's his 2nd personal foul for the Tigers' big center. Here's a three-pointer. Oh, that wasn't good for him that time. Jalen McMillan with a miss. Oh, and that time, ill-advised attempt. Dunmire, nice finish that time in the lane by Brian Woods. And he's cut it to a 21-19 lead. There's Phillips again down the lane. Shambari Phillips with the finger roll.
Wonderful take by Shambari.
That time the defender just stood there like he's waiting for that charge. And Phillips just doing one of his Dr. J moves right around him there. Ball off his own knee. Tigers basketball as Copeland was last to touch that one. Once again, it's back to a 4-point lead. The Tigers push it to 4 or 5, and then Arabian Mountain brings it back down. Tigers unable to separate here in the second quarter from Arabian Mountain.
Yeah, again, if I'm Tucker, I may want to try to press, and it may be a bit back and forth to begin with, but I think Tucker's best in that game, and over the course of the game, I think they'll separate themselves, but they've got to pick the pace up a little bit.
Gotta like Phillips looking to attack every time he gets this ball. Dunbar with a long 3, and John Dunbar from distance knocks down a 3. It's now a 7-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for Tucker. Important possession this time for Arabian Mountain. They need a field goal real bad, and traveling that time. I thought it could have been the 3rd foul against Craig, which could have been disastrous for Tucker.
Craig's very lucky again, trying to make plays down low. He's got to be careful there.
2:52 to go. Dave DeCosta along with Al Messiah coming to you live from the big city of Atlanta, Georgia. It's a Region 6 5A region playoffs. Oh, and Copeland now. It's ball remaining with Raven Mountain. You saw what Phillips, Shabari Phillips just did. He's a 10th grader. He looked away again, then he came back to him. By that time, the speed of play at this level, it's just, there's no way you can.
Which, sometimes he keeps the ball in transition and tries to get to the basket, and he's probably better served in that role. Travel.
It was a travel that time, not called. And then what was called was a foul on Conrad Williams. Coach Hartrey's with a little disbelief. Coach Hartrey with a little disbelief as he confers and tries to lobby for the call with these officials here. And at the line, able to convert. And both teams are in the penalty now, so it's going to be foul shots from here on out for the rest of this half. Curtis Wilson able to convert on his first attempt. He'll get another shot, and it's also good, and they've cut it back to a 5-point lead. Tigers extended to 7. Here they come back again. Here's Dunbar now. And wow.
Yeah, not a very good decision there by John. They're coming down, try to make a play.
That's interesting what just happened there. Copeland had his teammate wide open under the basket. He chose not to give it to Woods. He pulled up and he banked one off the backboard. No iron and stuff. That's very telling.
Very telling.
Does he trust his teammates? Apparently not.
At this age, these kids are still in high school, and I just don't think they put enough value in decision making. And they put a lot of value in scoring. And if they're fortunate enough to move on and play at the collegiate level, they'll learn that there's other parts of the game, and sometimes making the right pass or the right decision is even more valuable than the person who scores the basketball.
Phillips is fouled in the backcourt. He gets 2 shots now because it's the double bonus for the Tigers. That's the 10th team foul for Arabian Mountain. 2:13 to go. And Phillips now extends as the Tigers now back up with that 7-point lead.
And Shamar's made a huge difference here for Tucker. He's came into the game and he's drawing a lot of fouls and he's converting. He's got about 8 or 9 points now, and huge lift for Tucker off the bench.
Sparry Craig, the big fella, comes out for the Tigers. A little smaller, more quicker, active lineup. Nice move that time. And good turnover, good steal that time by the Tigers. Collective defensive effort. It's a very quick team out, very athletic, very young team. Dunbar with the pull-up and the deuce. Now it's a 9-point lead. With a minute 46, it's a timeout by Arabian Mountain, as this one might get away from them. Good timeout.
Again, transition. That time, John, their much better decision. No one stopped the ball. He got beyond the foul line, stopped and popped. Good timeout by Arabian Mountain. I think they don't want to have this lead extend to more than 10 points. I think psychologically that changes, their mindset, and I think you want to keep the game, under 10 going into the half and feel like you still have a chance.
Now, John Dunbar is having a good game, but he's got some torn tendons in his fingers, and these tendons may require some surgery after the season to properly fix him. But he's a trooper. Even with that injury, he's out here and he's playing a good game. And what is Coach Archie doing here? He's taking out both Fitzgerald and Craig, the two biggest players for the Tigers. He got a much smaller lineup there. He's got, well, basically three juniors and two 10th graders out there.
Yeah, I think with Craig it's more so being strategic and protecting him. He's got 2 fouls. You don't want to pick up a 3rd foul going into the second half. It changes how aggressive you can actually play. And I think with Fitzgerald, he also has 2. And what bodes well for Tucker is your 2 best players are on the bench. You're up 9 going into half possibly, and they're both ready for a big half in the second half.
Good pressure being applied by the Tigers as Arabian Mountain tries to run their offense. Now here's a problem. Oh, another nice feed that time. Able to convert was the number 24 shirt, Phil Reeves.
Well, very good interior passing there by the big guy for Arabian Mountain.
There's a call made. I don't know what the official stops the game. He's got a foul on number 24 for Arabian Mountain. That means that 2 more shots for the Tigers.
2 more shots. I think you've got, again, Shabari. Looks like Reynolds going to the line here. Not what Arabian Mountain wants to do, that's for sure. To put Tucker at the foul line, have them score with no time come off the clock. Again, possibly, or at least have the opportunity to set up a press. Arabian Mountain's got to get back to controlling tempo and stopping Tucker in transition.
All right. Reynolds able to convert, and the Tigers now with a 9-point lead. Wilson being guarded by Reynolds. And good defense, and Reynolds forces the turnover as the ball goes on the sideline and belongs to the Tigers. With 58 seconds, Coach Archie's calling for 1 shot. Coach Archie signals his Tigers, but it looks like they're going full court pressure here.
Well, this would be a good test for Tucker. Again, I've talked a lot about Tucker's lack of discipline and patience sometimes, both offensively and defensively. This is a good exercise here. If you can work the clock for a minute and get a quality shot, those are the type of things you'll have to execute in the playoffs. And again, we talked about it, and then, coming down, the first opportunity you get is not always the one that you need.
There you go. You don't take that.
You got to show some patience.
Had put up the 1 finger there, so I thought they're going to hold it. Here's Phillips again. Here's the help defense. And this time it's going to be an offensive foul. And once again, decision-making. It's a 10th grader. Decision-making,
poise, patience, discipline is a gauntlet of words that we can use. And Tucker at times just doesn't demonstrate it. Yes, you're having a great half, Shabari, but you got to understand that your decision-making, again, holds a lot of value, in your stock as a basketball player.
Tigers with the 9-point lead, 32-23. About 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ryan Woods now off the dribble. Woods into the lane. Ooh. There's a foul call. Let's see who's going to call it on. He's called it on Phillips. It's on the ground, but it's the bonus situation. It's a double bonus for, they'll be shooting 2 shots for Arabian Mountain. With 26.7 seconds, Ryan Woods will have 2 foul shots. He cuts it now back to an 8-point deficit, 32-24. With 26 seconds to go, if you're Tucker, Mr. Make, what are you going to do?
Push tempo, try to get an easy shot in transition if possible. If not, pull it out, run some patience. Try to get the ball in the hands of John or Shambari are probably your 2 best options at this point with Fitzgerald and Craig on the bench. But more than anything, show some patience and get a quality shot. Get the shot that you want.
Here's Phillips with a lazy pass that time. Almost paid for it. 8.7 seconds to go. See, when the player's in rhythm like that, as a defender, you can it's easier to read.
You know what? And
Dunbar, they throw a double team at Dunbar. He goes the other way. Dunbar into the lane. He's going to be called for steps.
This again is where I think Tucker really struggles. it's in situations where they have to make the right decision. The players just don't, especially the guards, they don't demonstrate enough poise. There you got John. You cannot run into the back of your player. And it goes two ways, because as if I'm Conrad, I've got to see the penetration and space out. But the fact is we've had 2 turnovers, 2 ill-advised shots, and a block shot within 1 minute will be called for 1 shot. That's the area I think where they can really improve the most.
I'm more concerned about his lack of vision. He had tunnel vision from the top of the key when he went in that lane, and nothing was going to stop him. I don't care if 3 defenders rotated to him from going to that hole, and he has to have better vision than that to understand that, hey, if they're going to rotate to me, or is one of my teammates is in my way, he's a good medium-range jump shooter. Pull up for the short jump shot.
Yeah.
Score the bucket.
Yeah, I agree. At his position, he's got to, always see the floor and make sure that if guys overcommit, or if he draws too much help, that you make teams pay by making the right pass.
All right, we're going to focus right now on the Tucker High School cheerleaders as they'll perform their routine. The Tucker High School competition cheerleaders. For Dave DaCosta, and we'll be right back after these messages.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to Play.
Okay, soccer competition team cheerleaders will be performing our halftime show. So please give them your undivided attention. Thank you.
46 seconds of... I didn't understand what you meant. But what I'm trying to do is...
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna try to dictate to you what you're gonna do on both offense and defense. We're gonna come at you. One shot.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good. good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
It's the first round of the Region 6 5A tournament. The Tigers on top of the Arabia Mountain Rams, 32-24. Dave DeCosta along with Vidal Messiah. It's the best of Georgia high school basketball on the Play On Sports Network. And if you have to give a grade to the Tigers in the first half, what kind of grade would you give them?
Slow start, much better second quarter, and then I thought a bad finish to the half. So I give him a B. Obviously with Fitzgerald and Craig, more so Fitzgerald spending a lot of time on the bench. I would expect their offense to have a better flow, hopefully this half, and them to open up this lead a little bit.
Tigers with possession to begin the second half here. It's Devontae Reynolds. Setting the floor, it's Asing, Reynolds, Dunmire, Craig, and Fitzgerald. A lot of rest. And again, they continue to front Craig in the post.
Which isn't a bad thing. And I think Tucker has to find a way to execute some high-low action. Maybe with Fitzgerald at the foul line, you got to respect him there and guard his jump shot. And he's a capable passer to pass over the top, get Craig some easy baskets down low, and open the game up a little bit.
That time, Dunmire had Craig in the post, but he's being fronted by the defender. How do you post entry pass? What do you do? Oh, nice defense that time. Fitzgerald with the rejection.
I think at this point in the season, I think we've kind of determined that John's looking to score. He's not looking to pass. So I mean, at some point in time, you also have to accept what your personnel brings to the table. It would be probably better for him to make the decision to pass at times. And that's something that he'll have to learn. Good block by Craig.
What a nice block that time. Patience rejected Copeland's shot. Here's open on the wing. It's Fitzgerald. And the big fella skies for another rebound. Look like he's fouled.
Very good rebound. Good break by Tucker. They hit their best shooter on the trail. Got a quality three. And you had your big guy on the inside with position to rebound. And nice at the foul line. So good break.
Good work on both ends of the court for Jabari Craig. The rejection and then the work on the offensive glass.
I think this is another area where he's really improved throughout the season. For a guy at 6'10", he's got a very good shooting touch and knocks down the majority of his foul shots.
He's able to convert both those foul shots, and now the first double-digit lead for the Tigers of the ball game. They're up 34-24. Referee stopped because the game clock didn't start, so they stopped the game to adjust the clock. It's now reset at 7:05 here in the third quarter. Tigers with a 10-point lead over the Arabia Mountain Rams. Brian Woods now off the dribble. Woods trying to get in the lane. Good defense again. Nice work inside and off his own foot. That time, Bryson Jones.
Tucker got a lucky bounce there, and tough break for Arabia Mountain.
Good pressure by Curtis Wilson that time. Dunmire down the lane. Now Reynolds left open. Here's Copeland with the push for Arabia Mountain. Finds Wilson on the wing. Slowing it down now is the number 12 shirt, Brian Woods. Now back to Copeland. Off the dribble, Wilson. Now Dunmire looks to push. And one thing you're right about John Dunmire, he looks to score that ball.
Yeah, he definitely looks to score.
Looked like Shamari Phillip will enter the game a little early here in the third quarter. Look at Fitzgerald finding position that time.
Yeah, and he's got it. It's just the Tucker guards do not look almost whatsoever in the post. And they've got to find a way to make a more diligent effort to look inside, whether it be Craig or Fitzgerald. Both are very capable post players.
2-point basket, good by Bakari Copeland. And you know what? That got to heat up if you're the Tucker Tigers.
Now, they've done a great job thus far of containing him, and they've got to continue that.
They help defense that time. Nice move into the lane. Wilson able to convert, and now it's a 6-point lead. They've cut it from a 10-point deficit down to 6 points. Still a man-to-man defense that time. The last offensive trip for Tucker. You felt Fitzgerald forced that one?
You know what? I think you did, and I think what happens at times with Tucker, as they fail to get back in transition, Arabia Mountain's got to do a better job of converting here in transition.
I mean, this sequence is just amazing. Speaking of amazing, Bakari Copeland with the flush. And nothing really changed the momentum in a high school game like a big dunk.
More than a dunk. It really is a game changer. You see the crowd gets into the game. The kids gain and lose confidence very quickly because they're still young. But I think what happens, to get back to my point, is you got Fitzgerald posting up. He's your number one option, your top scorer, an all-state player. You don't even look at him. Next time down the court, he gets the ball, and he forces it. Turnover, and you give up a layup in transition. It's a direct result. It's very easy to say, to anyone that your offense should not dictate your defense and vice versa. The fact is it does, especially with kids. They don't have the maturity to understand that there are two different sides to the games at times. They usually connect both. And again, the guards have to make a better effort of looking for the guys that need to get the ball so that doesn't happen.
I mean, 2 straight trips. First of all, you had Dunbar with a lazy pass that was stolen, but I got him credit. He ran back and he forced a missed shot. Then he come back on the wing. It's Fitzgerald. He forces it. The defense rotates. He has the big man standing there by himself, and he turns it over. Then he comes back, exact same thing again, forces it with the big man standing there. One thing Arabian Mountain discovered, these Tigers are looking to score. And if you rotate a double team to them, they're not going to pass the ball.
Another perfect example there. Fitzgerald wide open. Shabar never even looked his way. And if I'm a leading scorer, I want my guys looking for me.
We don't like the passes.
Credit Arabian Mountain. They're doing a great job of having Tucker, kind of play on their heels. Tucker has no type of flow right now. It's a low-scoring game. It's not where Tucker wants to be offensively. And Arabian Mountain stayed in the game because of it.
It's just amazing that at this point of the season, the Tigers haven't figured it out yet. Here's Dunmeyer, again off the dribble. You got to be able to read when a double team comes to you and then make a good basketball decision. When a triple team comes to you, you're still forcing up the shot. Speaking of forced shots.
And again, credit Arabia Mountain because they're getting the ball into the hands of the guys that they don't mind taking the shot. And then they're rebounding and then they're going the other way. So they're doing a great job.
Good ball handling that time by Morris Bigelow. Bigelow being pressured by Reynolds. And I'm looking for Copeland to heat up. Let's see, he's knocked down his first shot of this half. Here he is on the wing now. And Dunbar called for the foul.
The one thing with Tucker, again, they struggle with poise and patience. They don't want to defend for 30, 45 seconds. And Arabian Mountain wants to make them defend for that long. So it's really going to be a test of wills here. Who can stay disciplined enough, to make the proper decision.
Phillips with the rebound after the missed shot. The last Tucker foul was on Dunmeyer. Well, here it is. What do you know? An attempted and assisted basket. That's
a better play. Much better play. You drive, you get stopped, you kick it up for a wide open three, and you give yourself a chance to rebound.
The big fella drawing his break at midcourt. Phillip Reeves. Oh, Oh, what a nice smart play that time by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald had the rebound. It was getting away from him, so he tapped it out to one of his teammates.
As long as you're not tapping it towards your own basket, sometimes that's the best. That's the best play.
Tigers now with a 34. It started off. They pushed the lead to 10. Arabian Mountain with some good plays. There's an off dead ball foul call against Morris Bigelow of Arabian Mountain. They're really trying to manhandle the point guard. One of their strategies is really to keep the ball out of Reynolds' hand, Devontae Reynolds' hand. And Reynolds down the lane. Reynolds to the cup. Reynolds with the deuce. Well, they didn't manage to keep it out that time, and he's able to score and break the little drought. Tigers back up by 6 points now. Copeland. Oh, nice quick turnaround move that time. Craig with the rebound. Oh, was that a little behind the back pass?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's Shabari and Phillips. Phillips with the left hand finish. And now it's an 8-point lead for the Tucker Tigers. 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Right back at him is Arabian Mountain. Good sequence the last couple trips for the Tucker Tigers. Here's that man again. Copeland in the lane, and a foul on Craig, looks like. It is on Jabari Craig. That's his third personal.
Foul, yeah.
This could force the hand of Coach Hartree to make a substitution.
Yeah, and it may not be a bad thing. You got a minute 30 left, minute 37 left in the third quarter. You probably need some rest anyways. And again, but that's a bad decision by him. You got a guy coming down the middle, going to his weak hand, and you bail him out. Put your hands up big, force him to finish.
Copeland good on his first attempt. And interesting strategy here. There's no substitution by Coach Hartree. It's a 7-point game with a minute 37 to go in the third quarter.
Well, Craig's fouls have been far and in between. If he can continue to do a good job of not, picking fouls up, then he should be fine. But he's got to make sure here that he doesn't pick one up, and he should not be inbounding the basketball.
Deflection that time by Arabian Mountain. The ball belongs to Tucker, and they are picking up full court. Dunbar, here's a double team. Good read of the double team. Oh, what nice read. Look at the big fella. And there he goes again. Instead of looking to assist his teammate, he goes one-on-one. He has your big 6'10" center wide open under the basket. And he creates a turnover.
That's Tucker's Achilles heel. Is just their guards don't look to make plays for other people. And, until they fix that, they're not going to be playing at their full potential.
And here comes Bakari Copeland. There's a foul on 24. That time he fouled Dunbar right on the sideline. And look at that. They already got 16 fouls. Just Mays has picked up. Oh, check that. Looks like the 15th foul already. And it's going to be a timeout call by
Tucker.
Tucker.
You got the guards just continue to show no poise. You have Craig wide open at 6'10" as a pressure releaser. You don't even look. And you burn a timeout.
Well, it's the best of Georgia High School basketball on the Play on Sport Network. David Costa, along with Vidal Masai. It's playoff time here in the big city of Atlanta. The Tucker Tigers, the Arabian Mountain Rams. And, Tigers unable to shake the Rams. They've increased the lead to as many as 10. Right now, it's only a 3-point lead. And they, once again, trying to split the double team, and he had his teammate wide open. I just don't understand the decision of some of these young guys. Backcourt play that time. What a bonehead mistake that time. He threw it into the backcourt, and he bails the Tigers out.
Yeah, bad plays, bad decisions on both teams.
I mean, Phillips showing his youth, man. Shamari Phillips showing his youth. You beat the first trap. You have your point guard over half court, wide open. Instead of giving him, you try to split him.
Yeah.
Here comes the trap again. And good, yes, throw right over it. Into the lane. And a funky little jump shot is no good that time. It's still a three-point game. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Arabian Mountain and Bakari Copeland. See, the dangerous thing is with them hanging around, and they got a guy that can fill it up like Copeland can. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you know what? And the second thing that's pretty dangerous is Arabian Mountain's completely taking Fitzgerald out of this game. He's got 24 has got what? He's got 8 points.
I mean, Tucker looks to go off the dribble against the double team every time rather than passing out. The double team is coming. That's going to be the 16th foul. It's inexplicable what's going on here. It's now, with the three-point jump shot made by Wilson, it's a tied ball game, 38-38. And all these, it looks like these Tigers are all looking to be heroes rather than set the table for somebody. Please set your teammate up. Look at it. Here's a trap again. Good pass out of the double team. But once again, let's try to get the ball inside.
You got Fitzgerald and Craig posted up on the same block. You got the guards.
Now that time, he just threw it up that time. Reynolds went in lane. Here's Copeland, fouled by Shabari Phillips. Boy, some tough basketball being played out there. One has to question the decision that time. Reynolds in the lane, and then he just fling it up there, hit under the backboard, and led to a run out. And now 2 foul shots for Arabian Mountain.
And you got to credit Arabian Mountain and their coaching staff, because what they're doing is they're really pressuring the guards, knowing the guards don't have the poise or patience to make the right decision. The minute the Tucker guards are pressured, they think it's their time to go. And sometimes, that can be the best defense, because if you're going, it means Fitzgerald and Craig aren't involved, which they aren't really, and you're going to need Fitzgerald more so than Craig to heat up here in the playoffs, and lead them in scoring.
Battle for the rebound inside, and that's the end of the third quarter. Nice run to close things out. An 8-0 run by the Rams, and it's a tied ball game, 38-38, as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the best of Georgia High School playoff basketball on the Play On Sport Network. Dave DeCouncil, Fidel Messiah coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia, Mays High School. And it's just inexplicable.
I think it's something Tucker's struggled with all season. And I think now it's kind of coming to a head. And as teams, play them for the second and third time, obviously they're a bit more familiar with what they're doing. There's more scouting reports, there's more game tape, and you're better prepared. And I think that's the result, of exactly that is Arabian Mountain clearly has a game plan as to what they want to do offensively, defensively, and they're testing the patience and poise of the Tucker players.
It's apparent to me that they scouted these Tigers, and they know that the Tigers, once they're trapped, the guards try to go off the dribble, beat the team to get to the hole, rather than passing over these traps.
Yeah, Tucker, and you mentioned it, 2 or 3 times. And at times it appears that Tucker doesn't have the trust, in their teammates, as you need to be a championship team. You got to have a high level of trust. As you know, a lot of teams early in the season, before they even start playing, they do a lot of team bonding type exercises, team building exercises to build exactly that, build that trust, amongst the team.
Trust has to be there. Here's Copeland. Ill-advised shot that time. 2 Tigers battle for it. Still loose on the ground. And, could Craig have picked up his number 4? He called timeout. It's a timeout call. And he's gotten that timeout even though there was no possession. And Hartrees is out in the middle of the floor. Look at him. The referee awarded a timeout call, a 30-second timeout, and it appeared there was no possession.
No clear possession.
It was a loose ball.
Questionable call. If I'm Craig Hartree, I'm definitely going to argue that one.
7:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're still all tied up. It's an amazing sequence.
So I'm not clear whether or not there was a timeout granted.
Archie still lobbying for that inexplicable call. And right down the lane, and again, another offensive rebound. Good defense. Ball still loose. And let's see what the referee calls. He call a foul. He's going to call a foul. A jump ball. I can't tell what the referee called.
Jump ball probably should have been a foul because you had Fitzgerald flying in there. But you know what? At this point of the game, 7:27 left in the fourth, Arabia Mountain's full of confidence and they think they can steal this game.
Dunmire off the dribble. Dunmire for three, and he knocks it down. John Dunmire in transition with that trailing three-pointer. And the Tigers back on top, 41-38. Wilson being guarded by Reynolds. 7 minutes to go in this one. Oh, he had that clear out arm, and now he's going to get the benefit of the foul. Some questionable calls. Brian Woods drove into the lane, number 12 shirt. He pushed off one arm and then got his shot blocked, and they call foul.
Yep, and that's 4 on Jabari.
And a fourth team foul on the center for the Tigers. If you're Coach Hart, you try to steal some minutes here, substituting?
Yeah, you know what? I think with just under 7 left, you definitely want to try to save him. For the last 4 minutes, I may take him out here and try to buy some time for sure.
You have the lead. Let's see what he does after this. A foul shot attempt by Woods. Woods successful in the second attempt. Here comes the trap. There it is. Pass right out the trap. Oh, he had Dunmire in the corner who just knocked down a three. And Phillips, he's a young man who seems like he's made up his mind what he's going to do. Oh, what a steal that time by Craig. And the layup by Dunmire.
Really good job by Craig there. Good drive by John. He took advantage of the angle that Craig provided for him.
Basketball, the seal and the lay. And the Tigers back up by 5. Well, check that 4. Phillips with the rebound. Ahead of the field is Fitzgerald. Right to the cup. And unable to convert, but who'll go and shoot 2 shots is John Dunmire.
2 shots, not a bad take. What I would like to see there, Scoop, drop it off to your big for a dunk. Change the momentum of the game.
There you go.
Reward your bigs for running the court. That's just something Tucker has not been able to figure out. It's that the team concept, the team chemistry, and getting everyone to feel good about themselves at the same time. It's what's going to dictate their success.
Dunmire able to knock down that first one. The one thing about the Tigers, they are a pretty good foul shooting team.
Very good foul shooting team.
Dunmire successful on both attempts. And now look at the Tigers, a little press of their own. Let's see what this does to the ball game. Once again, Fitzgerald hasn't been heard from in a while. They've really taken him out of this ball game.
Yep.
Reeves trying for the big deep post. Craig with the rebound over everybody. Dunmire now. Dunmire with the push. Dunmire and we got a foul call that time. Let's see what the call is. Let's see if he's going to credit the basket. Foul is on Copeland. And there's a technical foul call on Copeland. Bakari Copeland must have said something to one of the officials after that block.
That's a good possession there. Tucker plays great defense. Craig, forces the offensive player to finish over him. They rebound the miss. Good outlet into a fast break.
Good job that time. It looked like Copeland was trying to time Dunmire on that one for the big block. He was upset. He thought he got it before it got to the glass. but officials ruled otherwise. Wow, now he's going to get his two foul shots, so he's an opportunity to make 4 foul shots, and the Tigers will get possession of the ball. I'm talking about what game-changing plays.
Well, this can be big here because now Tucker can go up 10 with possession. The score here, he pushes to 12, possibly 13. With 5 minutes left.
Just great poise by John Dunbar. 4 in a row. Dunbar knocks him down. Now the Tigers with possession. They're back up by double digits again. It's now a 10-point lead again. And Hartree only has 2 timeouts left. And this time, it's Arabian Mountain calls timeout. What a sequence of events. What do you tell a player like Copeland, who thought he had a good block, but obviously said something to the official?
Because you know what? In a game like this where you fought hard and long to make it competitive after being blown out the first time, maintain your composure. Yeah, you want to win. Every play right now counts. But you're doing a great job of taking Tucker out of their rhythm, out of their stuff. You've held Fitzgerald, to 8 points. Keep your head in the game. And try to steal one on the road.
They're working on the finger of John Dunbar. As you see there, we get a close-up shot of Dunbar's finger. He has those torn ligaments in his finger. He's going to need surgery. He's going to need surgery on those fingers after the season, but he's toughing it out and trying to make a playoff run here for the Tigers.
Now, John's been big for them tonight. Obviously, we talk a lot about sometimes his decision-making, and it's not the greatest, but, when you can score 20 points on a night when maybe Craig is struggling, Fitzgerald not having the best game, of his senior, campaign, this is big.
Dunbar to the hole, and it's good! John Dunbar for the Tigers.
And there he goes again.
That was such an outstanding play by John. But the next thing in the evolution of his game is when a defender rotates like that, can he throw it up to the big man? Can he turn provider?
And he'll have to learn that to have any kind of success on the next level is, at that size, you've got to make plays. Nothing wrong with scoring whatsoever. You've got to make plays and reward your big guys and, have them get dunks and get to the foul line as well.
John Dunbar says, give me that! But he steps on the baseline. So a good defensive play by Dunbar, but he steps on that baseline. Ball goes back over to Arabian Mountain. There's Copeland. Can he heat up? Is there a run left in the Rams? 3-point basket. And a knockdown. Jalen McMillan. That might be the spark the Rams need. Here's Dunbar again with the push. Now Reynolds. Tigers look to run a little clock. You got to be careful now. You almost stepped in the backcourt.
Get the ball to Fitzgerald. He's wide open.
See, Fitzgerald begging for the ball. Now here's Fitzgerald. Haven't heard from him in a while. Fitzgerald, here comes the double team. Fitzgerald with the left-hand finish.
You got to get him going. You got to feed your horse. He's taken Tucker to this point in their season. He's been their guy, and you got to make sure, going into the playoffs, that he feels a certain way, that his rhythm is intact, his confidence where it needs to be in. He's got to get the ball here down the stretch. He's doing a good job of posting up and gaining position. The guards have to do a much improved job of looking for him.
That's the 10th point for Fitzgerald. He averages 20-some points a game, and he's only scored 10. The leading scorer for the Tigers is John Dunbar, who scored 23 points tonight. Shabari Phillips has 10, as well as the big fella Craig has 7.
Craig's fouled out here, so Craig takes a seat with 5 fouls. Did a lot of good things for them, but he'll be on the bench, and this game's far from over. Tucker's got a 9-point lead, and they're going to have to find a way to close this game out without Craig.
Curtis Wilson. And once again, here's Phillips. Another force, but there's Conrad Williams with the tap.
Big tip by Conrad.
If I'm Conrad, I say, hey, can you even look at me? Give me a look. You didn't have to pass to me. Just give me a look. I mean, that thing missed all iron. And it's just the athletic ability of Williams with that tap. Another turnover now. Oh, man, he should have let him a little more on that pass. Wilson now with the nice steal. Here's that man looking to get hot. Jumped in it. Oh, if they give him that, that's just an awful call. You see what just happened there?
Yep.
He jumped into the
defender, and the ref bailed him out.
And he gave him 2 shots. That was just an awful call. I thought it was good defensive pressure. He didn't commit, and it wasn't going forward into the shooter. And the shooter comes in, but it lowers his shoulder, and he gets the foul.
Yeah, I don't exactly agree with that call at the high school level. You want to reward, good defense. It's not the NBA. Guys leaning into, the defense to draw a foul is, kind of ridiculous.
I got to say that I'm very disappointed in the foul shooting of Arabian Mountain.
Yeah, they have not done a good job tonight. But yet they're still in the game down 10.
That's one of my pet peeves here. They had a 3-on-1 fast break, but they pulled the ball back out.
Yeah, you know what? Up 10 in 4 minutes. Not a bad decision. I think what's bothering you more than anything is that the fact that they're not looking, they're not seeing. Seeing something that's there, then making, a decision not to take advantage of it. That's one thing. Not seeing it at all because you're not looking or not aware of it. That's the issue here.
You got to give the Tigers credit. They threw over the press that time. But once you've beaten it, there's 4 guys in the backcourt. You've got 2 or 3 of your guys in the front court. You should make them pay. Attack that rim, get a good look, and at least a layup attempt.
And what Tucker doesn't get enough is I don't think their players understand how the ball movement shifts the defense, and what to look for. So, like you said, they went over the top of the press. You catch. I was taught to look opposite. If they looked opposite, you would see the guy open in the corner. That would be the correct pass. It's then his job to make the decision, do I attack or do I pull it out? But they're not looking for or understanding how the defense is shifting based on their passing.
And that starts, of course, with unselfish basketball play. You make the correct basketball decision and the correct basketball play, that's going to benefit your team. Now, if you didn't see Conrad wide open, I was going to, but he's not covered. There he is. He fell down. He falls down. Now, if you're the Tigers, you still continue to run your sets. Oh, they've gone into the little delay set here. John Meyer being pressured. Wow, that was almost a closely 5-second Coastal Guard play. And once again, a little angst on his face. No one's going to come to your aid. You've got to do it yourself, young fella. And good job by Phillips. And a foul now. It's a 2. And guess what? They're in a double bonus. So the Tigers shooting 2 foul shots from here on out.
Double bonus. Shabar needs to not try to flop and attract attention and try to draw a foul. You don't want to do that, especially when you're not, an extraordinary ball handler. What you want to do is just play strong, play your game, protect the ball, and keep the ball between yourself and the defender. Have them come through your body. At this point they've got a foul. And I think if Tucker shows some patience here, knocks down the free throws, this game's in the bag.
Myers had knocked down the last 6 free throws. He finally misses one. And Dunbar able to complete. The second attempt. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Tigers up by 11. This is Wilson. Here's Copeland. Copeland launches a 3. And it's an air ball. And once again, talk about bailing players out. Why is Reynolds jumping in the air? Trying to smack that ball. Let's play good, solid defense. Force the opponent to make a tough shot. You have a double-digit lead at the line. Now, once again, the foul shooting of Arabian Mountain is going to be truly telling.
Yeah, not a great foul there by Reynolds, and you've got a very good shot blocker in Fitzgerald, who has a couple tonight. there with you. Let him maybe attempt a block shot. You try to get the ball down low.
McMillan able to knock down 2 free throws for Arabian Mountain. It's now a 9-point deficit as the Rams try to close out with 3 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers only 1 timeout left. Here's Dunmire now. Look at Dunmire, look at the push. And Dunmire turns his back. And they're going to call travel. And it's an amazing.
That's just awareness there. Like if I'm a guard and I beat someone on that right side, I've got to know they're probably trailing behind me. Get the ball to the left side and maybe slow down. Have them run into you, draw a foul that way. There's no need to continue to pick up speed. You're up 10.
Nice move that time by that man, Bakari Copeland. And Copeland now. Full pressure. Here comes the next trap. Nice. And timeout called by Coach Archie. He thought he was going to get a 10-second backcourt violation call, so he called that timeout. But it was a good play that time by Dunbar, able to find Conrad Williams. And that's the Tigers' final timeout. Check that. They got one more left.
One more timeout. And what Tucker needs to do, inbound the ball.
Now that was their last timeout.
It was their last timeout. Inbound the ball, have someone stay behind the ball, reverse it through them. As you reverse it, maybe flash someone middle, try to hit that person. You have a 3-on-2, 2-on-1 attack. If something's there, try to exploit that opportunity. If not, pull it out. Get into your stall if that's what you want to run, and be strong with the basketball.
It's important. John Dunmore is a fantastic ball player. I mean, and even a more outstanding kid. I mean, he's first class, good character kid, all that. But you talked about his court awareness, and that showed several times when he's driving to the hole, his inability to recognize defensive rotation, especially double teams coming at him, and able to find his open teammate. And then right there, he beats the man across half court, then he slows up, and he comes and just takes it away from him, or he forces him into the traveling turnover.
Yeah, I think, John's obviously a young player, still at the high school level. As he continues to develop and mature and grow into his position, that's something that he's going to have to learn.
And just inexplicable.
It's just mind-boggling as to decisions that Tucker makes. You have your point guard wide open.
A double team coming.
A double team, and you just refuse to pass. That's not even a matter of, I didn't see him or it wasn't there. It's I'm not passing.
You made up your mind. This is what I'm going to do.
You made up your mind up. I'm not passing
regardless
the ball.
of what the defense does. You're just going to do it. And that's a young man, 10th grader. He's only 15. But those are the decisions that 15-year-olds make.
Yep.
Oh, great defensive play. Fitzgerald, now he's running the court. Here's Williams ahead of the court. But it's to that man, Dunmire. They're looking to run a little clock here.
Just be patient. Just be patient.
Joshua Ware comes in at number 4 shirt for the Tigers. He replaces that man, Shambari Phillips. Ware's an 11th grader. He's a little older, a little more experienced than Phillips. He'll go to the line. And then once again, Tigers, normally a very good foul shooting team. They make their foul shots from here on out. They win this game.
Yeah. And John's a very good ball handler, so this should aid in that department. And, again, they're in double bonus. With 2 minutes left, Arabian Mountain doesn't have to foul, but, they surely will have to. If Tucker does a good job of running some clock and protecting the basketball, they're in good shape here.
I mean, the Tigers are going to need players like Shambari Phillips if you're going to have a successful playoff run. But he just has to make better decisions.
Absolutely. I mean, he really, especially in the second quarter there, provided a huge spark off the bench. When really Tucker had nothing going. But with that, again, the area that Tucker struggles most with would be their decision-making and their poise. They just seem to get continuously sped up and show, a lack of discipline sometimes with getting the ball to the right guys or, maintaining proper, defensive pressure or positioning, and that's where they have to get better.
Speaking of poise, Jalen McMillan, the knockdown of the 3. That keeps Arabian Mountain in this ball game. If you're Tucker now, 2 minutes to go. You're up 6 points. They've applied enough pressure to cause you to turn the ball over before, so you know they can play some good defense. Do you run sets? Do you run clock? What are you doing if you're Tucker High School?
You know what? I do want to run some clock, but I don't want to be playing on my heels. You know, you're only up 6. They've just hit a 3. You know, they're slowly but surely cutting the sleeve, you know, point by point. Tucker has to be careful. It really is going to come down to their guards making wise decisions. Run some clock, and when an opportunity presents itself, take advantage. You're not in the position to not score.
If you're Arabian Mountain, you go full court press like they're doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, speed their guards up, force their guards to make decisions.
Devontae Fitzgerald with the flush. That opened it like he was Moses. That part like the Red Sea. The defender was pointing to somebody, and Fitzgerald came out and dunked on him.
Great take by Fitzgerald. A horrible defense by Arabia Mountain.
And there's going to be a traveling call. Looked like he was pushed. Looked like William was pushed. And wow, neither coach is happy. The ball belongs to Arabian Mountain, and the 10th. Here's Copeland open, no good. Give me that. Rebound taken away, and he misses that layup. Good rebound that time. Tigers with no more timeouts. Whoa, why are you going backwards? Get up. Oh, my goodness. Ware fouled that time in the backcourt. Looked like the Tigers had a run-out opportunity. But then again, the clock is their enemy. They're trying to run this clock down. But if you keep scoring, it makes it tougher and tougher for them to come up. They had another 3-on-1 fast break attempt. Josh Ware, another knockdown, and once again, outstanding foul shooting by the Tigers as they look to close this game out. And knocking down the shot. Copeland. Two shots will be attempted by the number 10 shirt, Jalen McMillan. Oh, check it. It's Copeland, Bakari Copeland. It's a 10-point lead by the Tigers. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. Like I said, the Tigers, if they make their foul shots, they'll win this game.
Yeah, so just over a minute left. If Tucker, again, just maintains some poise, protects the basketball, forces Arabian Mountain to foul, you know, they've done a great job at the foul line today. I don't expect that to change, and they should be able to close this game out.
Copeland with his second shot. It's an 8-point lead again. Full court pressure. Remember, the Tigers, no timeouts if they're getting in any trouble. And they've decided, Arabian Mountain, they're going to start fouling from here on out. But then they fouled the best foul shooter so far this game, Josh Ware, who's knocked down everyone he's taken so far.
Yep.
It's a minute 9. Dave DaCosta, Vidal, Messiah. It's the best of Georgia High School playoff basketball on the Play On Sports Network. And again, Ware, just interesting form by Ware. It's a little flip shot there. Not, you know, what I would recommend, but it works for him because he's, look at that, just a little flick of the wrist, and it's in there. Back to 10-point lead. I'm sure Copeland's going to, and the Tigers still defending. Good rebound. Here's Ware now to push and a run out. And he circles back.
Pass the ball. There you go. Pass the ball. Pass the ball.
Here's Fitzgerald.
Pass the ball. There you go.
Dunmire. All good foul shooters on the court. Excellent foul shooter now. One of the best. And here he goes again. Well done, Tucker Tigers.
Much better job by Tucker there. Much better job.
Just textbook way to close out a game. Where again, he'll get 2 foul shots. Oh, this time he misses. Ware misses the front end. And Ware able to correct the adjustment and the make. What a steal by Ware. He's coming, Cole off the bench, and he's given good minutes to Coach Hartree.
Great job by Josh. Way to be ready. He's come in. He's really taken some of the pressure off of the other guards in terms of the ball handling responsibilities, and he's knocked down almost all of his foul shots, so great job.
And the thing I noticed, he doesn't dribble with his head down. Phillips got himself in so much trouble because he would dribble with his head down right into the double team.
Good roll.
Ware with the roll. Coach Hartree has called out his defensive formation. Ware knocks down another one. And it looks like the Tigers may have the victory in hand. A 13-point lead with less than 30 seconds to go. What a deep three! Oh my goodness. That was a deep three by Copeland. Dunbar now. Williams.
Just pull it out here.
What a lazy pass. Now Williams got to be careful.
You don't need to attack Tucker. Just pull it out.
Tucker now with the pass and a foul. Boy, he came hard that time. The foul will be on number 3, Curtis Wilson. And Dunbar will have 2 foul shots. Now, earlier in this evening's Region 6A playoff, the Miller Grove Wolverines defeated the Southwest DeKalb Panthers, and that will be the Tigers' next round opponent on Friday.
Okay, well, that should be a good game. Miller Grove, what is it, 4-time state championship? Sorry, 4-time state champions.
4 consecutive.
4 consecutive. Supposed to be in quote-unquote rebuilding mode, but they've done a great job, this season. Coach White's done a tremendous job, maintaining tradition at their program, and should be a very hard-fought test for Tucker on Friday.
It's a 5:30 start here on Friday. It's the Tucker Tigers trying to close this one out. Ware still being surrounded. Finally stolen, well, not stolen, Dunbar, and that's the end of the ball game. Final score, the Tucker Tigers hang on to defeat the Arabian Mountain Rams 69-58. And it's 5:30 start on Friday. The Tigers against the Wolverine and a rematch of Region 6A foes. Should be a good one on Friday.
Should be a good game. Again, you got a program with tremendous tradition, and you've got Tucker with a couple of seniors who want to go with the bag. So great job tonight by John. Great job by Josh off the bench. Great job by Shambari early in the game, stepping up and providing a spark. But Tucker's got to continue to get better every game going into the playoffs.
Full marks to the Tigers for the way they closed that game out. Good job, good substitution by Coach Archer, bringing in Josh Ware. See the stabilized thing, the extra ball handler, the extra bit of basketball IQ out there, and the Tigers able to extend their lead and close out this game. So your final thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Great job of making some adjustments, weathering the storm for Tucker. Not exactly their best game, not quite the pace they want to play at. And, they're going to have to make adjustments on the fly in the playoffs. Again, you're scouted a bit better. Teams are more familiar, they're better prepared, and you're going to have to find different ways to win.
So that's it from Atlanta on the campus of Mays High School. The Tigers are victorious 69-58 over the Arabian Mountain Rams. Dave DaCosta for Vidal Masaya. And so long, and see you Friday night.